whenever you're ready, we come into our warm-up on the mat. So we're going to start with some hand and wrist warm-ups. So you're going to put your hands out, and then we're going to go forward and backward and to the side, each side, forth and back. It's very important that we warm up our wrists because we're going to do many vinyasas and arm balances, and I had it myself. Believe me, it's not nice to have wrist injuries, so it's very important that we give our hands the chance to warm up a little bit, back and forth, and then you turn your hands up, the outside of your hands on the floor, and then you go beyond your wrists, and then for each side you're going to do like a, looks kind of weird, this move, but you can feel it here in your wrist, and it even makes a sound if you do this, so you can feel like there's some tension going on, or it's not that warm yet. So go ahead and do this a couple of times. Also on the other side. Okay, and then do the figure 8 with your hands to one side and then to the other side. And then what I like to do, it's not a common thing, but put your hands up, and then it's like you're clapping with your fingers, your 4 fingers except the thumb, very quickly and very strongly, like it should make a sound. Do this for like a minute or something, at least 30 seconds. You can feel the become super hot in your forearms and in your hands. You feel the blood is trying to go down and gravity is pulling the blood down, but you want to keep it up. You want to keep it up, and this kind of heats up the hands and the wrists and your arms. You can feel them becoming like super heavy, super heavy. Feels like my arms are 3 times the weight than before. Okay, and then shake it out, do the figure 8 again. Turn your hands out. Okay, and then one more thing. So you put you try to also warm up your fingers. So we're going around our fingers from inside to the outside and also back. Okay, perfect. Shake it out again. Okay, so now we warmed up our so-called cat and cow position. So you come with your hands and your wrists below your shoulders, so shoulder wide, and your knees also hip wide below your hips. And you have like for now you have like a straight back, a tabletop position. And on your inhale, you come into the so-called cow position. So you raise your head, you raise your butt, and then you inhale like a cow. You don't inhale like a cow, but your position is like a cow. And on your exhale, you come into the cat position. So you come down with your head, you look at your belly, and you make like a, like a huge cat back on your exhale. Again, inhale, you come into the cow position, you look up, you feel your spine like, going down. And on your exhale, you come into your cat position, you feel your spine rounding, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then again, one more inhale. And one more exhale. Okay, Great, guys. So we warmed up our wrists, gave our spine a little bit of time to, to adjust and to get ready for our rocket sequence. So we start at the top of our mat. We give us a little bit of time to, settle in, get ready here. We put our feet hip width apart and put your palms forward, and then put all your 10 toes out. Feel each toe touching the ground, and then we move forward and backward, and we shift our weight into the toes and into the back of into our heels. Just settle in on the top of our mat. Inhale and exhale, and you can hear my ankles already, so they need some time to get ready. Okay, you can also move your feet if you like to. And then we start to inhale and exhale deeply. I want to hear your inhale and your exhale like a big sigh. Inhale and exhale. Let everything out. Inhale and exhale. Now on your next inhale, you raise up your arms, you look towards the thumbs, towards the sky. You can even go a little bit back. And on your exhale, come down, hands through the side to the floor, and you look at your belly. And on your inhale, you come up into the half lift with a straight back. Okay, you look forward. And on your exhale, you have two options. You either jump back or you step back into your lower push-up, into your chaturanga. So if you step back, it looks like this. So first you're in a high plank, and then you go down with your elbows in your arms, not touching the floor, or you can lower your knees if you like to and go down like this. Okay? Important is that your breast is not going the whole way to the mat. Or the other option would be to jump back, so you're in the half lift with a straight back. You place your hands on the mat and then you jump back into the chaturanga. Now, on your inhale, again we have two options. Either you come into the up dog, so you raise your head and your shoulders are away from your ears, and your knees are also away from the mat. Or if that's too much, pressure on your wrist, or you just don't feel like you want to put the pressure on your wrist, or you would like to do the cobra instead, that's fine as well. So you start from chaturanga, either from the lower push-up or on your knees. So you come down, and then with the cobra, you have your knees and your legs on the floor, and then you put more weight into less weight into your wrists and your arms. Okay, either way, we come into our downward facing dog after this. So on our inhale, we came up, and then on our exhale, we place again our feet, place our feet on the mat, and then we come into the downward facing dog. So you can adjust your feet if you like to, and make sure that your head is not like this, looking at your belly. It should be like a straight line with there should be a straight line on your spine with your head. Your hands should be shoulder width apart, and then put enough pressure into your knuckles, so again, there's not too much weight on your wrist, so you put every single finger into motion here, into tension, and then you take a deep inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Again, third time, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One last time, inhale, and exhale. On your exhale, you prepare to get to the front of your mat again. So you raise your heels and you bend your knees, you look forward, and on your next inhale, you jump or you step to the front of your mat. And then you're back again in the half lift where you have your straight back. On your exhale, you do the forward fold again. And on our inhale, we come back again with our arms up, gaze up to the sky. And on the exhale, we lower our hands into Samasthiti. Great, so this was our first Sun Salutation A. We're gonna do 3 of these before we go into our Sun Bs. So our next Sun A, we're gonna start again. Hands up to the sky, gaze up on the inhale. And on our exhale, we come down, forward fold. Look at our belly, maybe already a little bit closer than before. And on our inhale, we come up into a half lift. And on our exhale, you choose again, either jump or step back into your Chaturanga. Inhale, we come into Cobra or into Up Dog. Just make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears. And on our exhale, we come back into our downward facing dog. We take again 5 deep breaths here, and you can choose also to, move a little bit your legs. Just if you feel like moving a bit, making your body ready for the practice. Taking deep inhales and exhales. 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, you come down again. You raise your heels and you lower your knees, and then step or jump to the front of your mat on your inhale. And on your exhale, again forward fold. And on your inhale, you raise up, you gaze up, and on your exhale, you lower your arms. Very good. 3rd time. So inhale, raise up your arms, gaze up, and on your exhale, lower your hands to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, we come up into our half lift, and on our exhale, again, we step or we jump back into our Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, make sure again, shoulders away, and exhale, downward facing dog. So we take again 5 deep breaths here. Feel free to move if you like to, or you can also take your right hand and take it to the left ankle, so you have a little bit of a twist here in your spine. Or if you do this, you also do it on the left side, or you just stay into your downward facing dog, whatever you prefer. 1 more inhale, and on the exhale, we prepare again to jump forward, and on your next inhale, jump to the front of your mat or step to the front of your mat, half lift, and on your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we raise up, arms up, gaze up, and on our exhale, lower your arms, Samasthiti. Awesome. So now we did our Sun A's. We're going to proceed into our Sun B's. So we're going to start again with raising our arms and then coming into the so-called chair position. So on our inhale, we raise our arms, and at the same time we come down with our butt. We come to the so that the legs are like almost in a parallel to the mat, and we gaze up on our inhale, and on our exhale we come back into our forward fold from before. On our inhale, again half lift, and on our exhale we step or we jump back into our Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Okay, great. So now we proceed to our warrior positions. So on our inhale, we're gonna step with our right foot to the right thumb, and we raise up, and our back, so the front foot is straight, and the back foot is in 45 degrees. Our hips are a little bit twisted to the front, and our arms are up, and our gaze is up as well. And you can lower your stance a little bit, so you have a 90-degree angle here if you like to. And on our exhale, again, we come back into our chaturanga. On our inhale, up dog or cobra. And on our exhale, our downward facing dog. Now we do the same thing on the left side. So inhale, left foot to the front, to the left thumb between your hands, and raise up with your arms. Gaze up, again your right foot is in a 45 degree angle. And then on your exhale, you come back into your chaturanga. Again, you can lower your knees if you like to. And then on the inhale again, up dog or cobra. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. And remain here again for 5 breaths. One more breath, inhale. And a deep exhale, and prepare for your step where you jump to the front. On your inhale, you jump to the front, half lift. And on your exhale, you fold forward again. Inhale, you come back into our chair from before. And on our exhale, we come down, up again, arms down, Samasthiti. Okay, great. Now we're gonna do the same sequence again, Sambi, but we're gonna have a little bit of a variation when we come down with the chair. So, inhale, you raise up, gaze up. So, inhale, we come into our chair position, and exhale, we come into our position. So on our inhale, we raise our arms, and at the same time, we come down with our butt. We come to the, so that the legs are like almost in a parallel to the mat, and we gaze up on our inhale, and on our exhale, we come back into our forward fold from before. On our inhale, again, half lift. And on our exhale, we step or we jump back into our chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Okay, great. So now we proceed to our warrior positions. So on our inhale, we're gonna step with our right foot to the right thumb. And we raise up. And our back, so the front foot is straight and the back foot is in 45 degrees. Our hips are a little bit twisted to the front, and our arms are up and our gaze is up as well. And you can like lower your stance a little bit, so you have a 90-degree angle here if you like to. And on our exhale, again we come back into our chaturanga. On our inhale, up dog or cobra. And on our exhale, our downward facing dog. Now we do the same thing on the left side. So inhale, left foot to the front, to the left thumb between your hands, and raise up with your arms. Gaze up, again your right foot is in a 45 degree angle. And then on your exhale, you come back into your chaturanga. Again, you can lower your knees if you like to. And then on the inhale again, up dog or cobra. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. And remain here again for 5 breaths. One more breath, inhale. And a deep exhale, and prepare for your step where you jump to the front. On your inhale, you jump to the front, half lift. And on your exhale, you fold forward again. Inhale, you come back into our chair from before. And on our exhale, we come down, up again, arms down, Samasthiti. Okay, great. Now we're gonna do the same sequence again, Sambi, but we're gonna have a little bit of a variation when we come down with the chair. So inhale, you raise up, gaze up. So inhale, we come into our chair position, and exhale, we come into our crow. So we place our hands on the mat, shoulder width apart, and then we place our knees a little bit above our elbows. And then you have to find that spot, you know, where they kind of feel like they are stable. And then you raise up your feet one after the other. You make sure that your hands are like really trying to take everything out of the mat. So they're really scratching into the mat. So you raise one leg after the other and you take 3 breaths here. If you don't feel comfortable with this crow, or that is not in your practice, it's totally fine. So you can also come into the squat position, malasana. So you can place your hands between your feet and you open your legs like this. And you can also stay 3 breaths here. So whatever you feel like, either malasana or into the crow pose. And then you take 3 breaths. On your 3 breaths, you jump or you step back again into your chaturanga. On your inhale, you come up again in your up dog. And on your exhale, you come into your downward facing dog. Great. So take 5. Great. Again, on our inhale, we come to the front with our right foot between our hands into our warrior 1 position and raise our arms. Again, remember your back foot is 45 degrees. And on our exhale, we come down again into our chaturanga, or the knees down on the floor. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And on our exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing on the left side. Inhale, left foot to the front, raise up, warrior 1, gaze up. And on your exhale, you come back again into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. We take 3 breaths here again. Inhale and exhale. 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in and out. Prepare to step or jump forward, and on your inhale, to the front of your mat, half lift. Exhale, fold forward, and inhale, come into your chair position. And on your exhale, you come up again into your Samasthiti. Great. One last time, again with the crow pose. So inhale, we come into our chair position, gaze up, and exhale, either malasana or your crow pose, whatever you prefer and you feel like today. So you slowly come up and take 3 deep breaths. And then you step or you jump back into your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Great. Inhale, right foot to the front between your fingers, and you come into your warrior 1. And on your exhale, you come into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, one more time. Inhale, left foot to the front, warrior 1, and exhale, come back into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Great, guys. Awesome work. Okay, take 3 deep breaths here. 5 again. I don't know what's up with the 3. You can again shift your legs if you like to, move them around. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, prepare to jump to the front or step to the front of your mat. half lift, and on your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come into your chair position, and from here, we're gonna stay for 3 breaths. In and out. Now, put your hands into namaste, so palms on each other in front of your heart, and you twist to the right side. Palms stay in front of your heart, and you take a deep breath here. Same thing on the left side. Make sure your palms are still in front of your heart. It gives like a good sound in your spine. Just go as far as you can. Take a deep breath. And then you come to the front, interlace your fingers to the front, come to the so-called chair, so your legs are really parallel to the floor now. Take 3 breaths here. And now we prepare for the crow pose again. So we come either malasana or crow pose, whatever you prefer. On your inhale, you come up. Stay for 3 breaths. And then again, jump or step back into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, shoulders away from your ears, or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great work, guys. Okay, we're gonna start on the right side with our inhale. We step to the front with our right foot and come into a warrior 1. And on our exhale, we come into a warrior 2. So we open to the left, our front leg is in a 90-degree angle, and the front foot is looking towards the top of our mat. And our back leg is straight, and the feet is in a 45-degree angle. And make sure that your shoulders are not tight towards your ears, but they are released and soft, and your arms are parallel to the floor in both, like a straight line. You look forward, and then on your inhale, you twist your palm, you come to the front, and then you reverse. On your exhale, you come into the triangle pose, so you straighten your front leg, and you twist your hips, and you come down to the floor. And then you can choose, either you place your hand on your leg, wherever you prefer to, or you place it on the floor. And then you can also decide, depending what you prefer for your balance, you can look to the floor, or you can look up to your palm. You take a deep breath here, in and out. And then in the next pose, you come up again, in and then with your next inhale, you come into your warrior 1, and on your exhale, you come down through your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Great, same thing on the left side. Inhale, step your left foot to the front, come up into your warrior 1, and exhale again, warrior 2. Now open to the right side. Make sure again your arms are in a straight line. Inhale, you reverse, and exhale, you come into the triangle pose. Take a deep breath here. Now on your inhale, you come up again into your warrior 1, and on your exhale, you come into your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. So we're gonna do the same sequence now, but we're gonna add something to this. So on your inhale, you come again to the front, and you raise up to your warrior 1. On your exhale, you open up again to your warrior 2. Inhale, you reverse, and exhale, you come into your side angle. Take a deep breath here. And then on your inhale, you come to, you raise your heel, you put more weight weight into your front foot. So bend your front foot, put more weight into it. And then on your next breath, you come into your warrior 3 position or into your half moon, whatever you prefer for your balance. So that most important thing is you come up with your left leg, you raise it up, you try to bring it into a 90-degree angle, and then you can either, raise your arms or fall down like I do, or you can place your hands on the floor, look forward, or look down. Okay, so from here, we are going to lower our left leg, slow and controlled, just very slowly and controlled. And then we're going to straighten our front leg, and then we're going to go into our reverse triangle. So we place our left hand in front of our left leg. You can also shorten the stance if you like to. And then we open up to the right. So we open up our right arm and we gaze up or we gaze down. Again, whatever you prefer. This is called the reverse triangle. Take a deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, you come back again into your warrior 1. And on your exhale, into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Great. Now again on the left side, left foot to the front, warrior 1, and on your exhale, you open up to warrior 2. Again, opening up to the right side, arms in a straight line. Inhale, reverse, and exhale. We come into the triangle. Take a deep breath here. Now we're going to come again into our warrior 3 pose or into our half moon. So we're going to put more weight into our front leg, and then we're going to come with our next breath to the front, raise our right leg into a 90-degree angle. Take a deep breath here. And then again, slowly and controlled, lower your back foot to the floor, come up and straighten your front leg into the reverse triangle. Place your right hand on the floor and open up to the left. Again, you can gaze up or look down at the mat, whatever you prefer. Take a deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, you come again into your warrior 1. On your exhale, through chaturanga, inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Great. Now we're going to do warrior 1 and warrior 2 again, but instead of going to the triangle, we're going to do this side angle. So I'm going to show you. So let's start again with warrior 1 on the right side. Inhale, step to the front of your mat. Come up into your warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse again. And on our exhale, we don't go into our triangle. We keep our right leg in a 90-degree angle. But we come from here, we place our right arm on our leg. And we bring our left arm over the head to the front. We look towards our palm. And we take a deep breath here. Just make sure that your hand is not putting any weight here. So you can also leave it or put it on the floor. Just make sure that you have it in your leg and not like, trying to put your weight here. Take a deep breath here, in and out. And then from here, we can either stay here or we can come into the bind. So we can bring our left hand behind our back, and our right hand is grabbing the wrist of our left hand. And then from here, we open up a little bit more to the left. Take a deep breath. And then we can choose. We either stay, either from here or from here. We come to the top of our mat. So it's a little bit like we did before with the half moon. We put more weight into our front foot, and then we come with one movement to the front of our mat. Also, if you want to do it like from here, you can do the same, come. You don't need to be in the bind. And then we twist a bit around. And then from here, we place our palms on the mat and we bring our right foot to the outside of our right palm and we come into the lizard pose. So our right foot is a bit further out and then you can either stay here or you can lower your knee, whatever you prefer. And this you can feel, you know, how you're like, you can feel the stretch in on your right side. Okay, and then also if you like to, you can either stay here or if you like you can come into the pigeon pose. So you place you bring your right leg, your lower leg kind of parallel to the front of your mat and you come down and then you can choose, you either stay here or you come with your forearms to the floor. Just make sure that your hips are not like this or like this, but try to keep them in one line. Okay? So this is called the pigeon pose. Take a deep breath here. Okay, so in whatever pose you are, if you are in the pigeon or the lizard, whatever you prefer, you come up again on your right foot and your left foot. And then we come into the reverse side angle. So we place our hands in Namaste in front of palms on each other in front of our heart. And we turn to the right with our elbow on the outside of the right knee and reverse the side angle. And from here, you can either stay here or you can do the side crow. So you place your palms, I'm going to do it this way so you can see it better. You can place your palms on the mat, parallel, shoulder width apart. And if you were in the side angle, you were kind of like this. And then you come with your right knee on your left bicep, and then with your right butt on your right elbow. Did I say left knee? Right knee, whatever. And then you come into the side angle. So you raise one leg after the other, and you take 3 breaths here. Side crow. Did I say side angle? Side crow. And then you lower, and then you can jump or you can step back into your chaturanga on your exhale. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Great. Now, we're going to do all the same thing on the left side. So you're going to start in warrior 1 again, left foot to the front, and come up into warrior 1, and exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse, and exhale, we come into our side angle. Take a deep breath here. And then again, choose either you stay here or you come in the bind, and on your next breath, you come to the front of your mat. You wiggle it a little bit around so you can feel the stretch. And then from here, you place your palms on the mat, you place your left foot outside your left hand, and then you come back into your lizard pose. You can again lower your knee if you wish to, or you can stay up. And then again, your choice if you want to stay in the lizard or you want to go into pigeon on this side as well. Coming on your lower arms. Just make sure that you don't have like a super round back. Try to keep a flat back. Then on your next breath, you come back again with your foot up. You come into your reversed side angle on the left. So you place your palms on your heart and you turn around. And again here as well, you can do the side crow. Again, I'm going to do it here so you can see it. So you place your hands on the floor and you come with your left butt and your left knee on your bicep, on your elbows, and you raise one foot after the other, and you take 3 deep breaths here. Look forward, don't look down, and then step or jump back into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Great work, guys. Awesome. Great. From here, we're gonna come into a dolphin, which is the preparation for the pincha pose. So we place our elbows in our lower arms on the floor. You can either keep them parallel, or if you feel more comfortable, you can like take your thumbs together, and then we come with our back, with our feet a little bit closer, and we stay here for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 3, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then we come back into the child pose. Let's get the vinyasa here. Take a little bit of a rest here if you like to. Otherwise, you can also go into downward facing dog or do the vinyasa, whatever feels good for you. And when we're ready, we're gonna meet in our down dog. And then from here, we're gonna whoosh back to the end of our mat, okay? So instead of going like we did before with our feet to our hands, we're gonna go back with our hands to our feet. So if you feel like, wow, this is scary because they're too far apart, you can also lower your stance a little bit if you like to. So on the inhale, you go a little bit to the front to get some, like some movement going on here. And on your exhale, you whoosh back to your feet. So let's do this again. Imagine this to be like a huge hole in the middle of the street. So you cannot go, otherwise you're gonna fall with your head in the hole. Okay, so rather lower the stance if you don't feel comfortable. So you go to the front and then you whoosh back to your feet. And then you grab your big toes and then you wiggle a little bit around, stretch your legs. Then you can take your right hand on your right ankle, turn to the right, twist a little bit, do the same on the left side. And then we place our palms below our feet. And then on our inhale, we do a half lift. And on our exhale, we fold forward. Again, let's do this again. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold forward. Great work. Okay. So from here, I'm going to wiggle a little bit here, okay? And then from here, we are going to raise up again. So take a deep breath in and raise up. And on the exhale, lower your arms. Okay, so now we're at the end, theoretically, at the end of our mat. And then we're going to try to get to the front again. So we're going to get back to the front of our mat. We have different options. So either you can place your hands on the floor and you can prepare for the handstand. So you put your weight into your hands and slowly come with one foot after the other to the front. And you do this so often until you get to the front of your mat. So you can really, you almost feel you're falling over. And then putting all the weight into your hands. So you can easily lift your feet off the floor. And then again, coming to the front. Otherwise, if you're already there, I cannot do it the handstand, but if you like to, you can come to the handstand and get to the top of your mat. Or otherwise, which I like very much, you can do like you know, moving like an elephant. So you can come to the front of your mat, like this. Okay, whatever you prefer. And then you raise up on your inhale and on your exhale. Okay, from here we come into our prasarita. So we open to the left. So both feet face the side of the mat in parallel. And on our inhale, we raise our arms, look at our thumbs, and then we lower our arms and place them on our hips. On our next exhale, we come slowly forward with our hips like a bowl, you know, like opening it up. Slowly coming forward with a straight back. Coming down. And then placing your hands on the floor. You can also widen your stance if you like to. And then you come down. You can also place your head on the floor. And then you put your weight into your hand and fingers, hands, so you can push up your legs, okay? Come onto your toes. Take a deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, half lift with a straight back. On your exhale, you place your hands on your hips. And then on your inhale, slowly come up with a straight back. Raise your arms, look at your thumbs. Then, next exhale, you place your hands behind your back in a prayer pose position, or you can also put the wrists against each other, whatever you prefer. Then slowly on your next exhale, come down. Come down here. And now we're going to try to go into our headstand. If the headstand is not in your practice, the straddle headstand, then you can also again stay on your feet here and try to like pull up your heels, come on your toes. So for those of you who want to go into headstand, interlace your fingers, place them here on your head, and then you come on your head, and then slowly come into your straddle headstand here. You can also go from side to side, or you just stay in the middle. Point your feet and take a deep breath. And then slowly come down again. On your next inhale, half lift. And on your exhale, place your hands on your hips again. Inhale, you come up. Arms up, gaze up. Exhale, interlace your fingers. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, fold forward. So now make sure that you don't put try to force going down. Just go as far as you can, okay? On your inhale, put your hands on your hips and then widen your stance. And then you can lengthen, okay? And widen it as wide as possible and try to stay here. Or you come down and up, okay? A little bit of a dynamic movement here. Down and up. Let's do this one more time. Down and up. And now from here, we're going to bring a movement to go into our side splits. So let's come a little bit closer again. And then we're going to start to move to the right and to the left, okay, in a dynamic movement. So let's place our hands on the mat. And then you're going to bend your right knee and come to the right. And then your right foot is turning out 45 degrees. With your hands, you're coming to your right foot. And then the question is, what is your left foot doing? It's opening up, rotating outwards and opening up. Okay? And then we're going to the left, same move. We're coming up, we're walking our hands to the left, and then our left foot 45 degrees, our right foot rotating and opening up. Doing the same move a couple of times in your own pace. Okay? And then you can try it without hands. So you can place your hands in a prayer pose, and then whenever you're on the right, we meet here on the top of our mat. And then from here, we place our left knee on the floor. And then we're going to move forwards and backwards. Okay? So you can feel it, the stretch here in your right leg and then on your left thigh. Forwards and backwards. And then go just as far as you like to. If you feel like you can open up a little bit more, do so. And eventually, once you did this many times, you can try to come closer to your split. Okay? And just open up. Just make sure that you don't have a back like this, okay? So don't do like this. Just make sure you have a straight back. And then just go as far as you can. And then when you did this a couple of times, we're going to do the same thing on the left. So remember a move, we come up, and then we're going to come to the left side. And then from here, we're going to place our right knee on the mat again, and then we're going to move forwards and backwards. Make sure that your back is not super round. Again, if you like to, you can open your stance a little bit more. If the split is in your practice, you can also go into the split. Do this a couple of times. And then we're going to meet in the middle of the mat. So from here, we want to come into our pancakes. So we're going to widen our legs and then put our right hand on our left thigh, and we're not, with our left arm, we're going to come up and go to our right leg, maybe touching our feet, our toes. Just come as much down as you can. Maybe you can even place your head on your right leg. Maybe you just go as far as you like. And then we do the same thing on the left, placing our left hand on our right thigh and then coming up with our right arm to our left, coming down to our left toes. Open up, try to open up your right shoulder. So you're not like this, but you open up, you face to the front. And then we'll come up again. Now we can try to come a little bit into the middle. So you can point your toes if you like to, point your toes. And then come with a straight back, just as far as you can. Just make sure your back is straight, okay? You don't have like this back. So you come down as far as you can. Maybe you can place your hands, maybe you can place your forearms. If you're that stretchy, you can even go all the way down. Whatever is in your practice. Stay here for some breaths. And then come up again slowly. And then from here, we're gonna do some Mula Bandha checkups. So place your left hand between your legs and your right hand outside your right leg. You can come shorten your stance a little bit. And then first we're gonna do without our feet raising them. So we're gonna come up with our butt and our legs and keep our feet on the floor. So we come up on the right and we lower it down. We do the same on the left, so place your right hand in front of you, your left hand outside your left leg, and then come up and down. Now we're going to do the same thing, but then we raise our left foot as well. Our right foot stays on the floor. So we come up and we raise our left leg, and then we slowly lower it. Same thing on the right, we come up, we raise our right leg, and then we slowly lower it. Now, one last time, raising both legs. Coming up and down. Same thing on the left. Coming up and down. Okay, perfect. Now, we want to get into our chaturanga, okay? So from Mula Bandha, we want to get into our chaturanga. So I'm going to come to the top of my mat so I can show you better, but you can do it from here as well. So from here we have different options. So from here, putting the weight on the hands, like really scratching the mat, and then coming up, and then you wiggle your right leg through into your chaturanga, and then up dog and down dog. Alternatively, we can do the elephant trunk pose. So from here, we put our right leg onto our right shoulder. So we raise our leg and we place our shoulder underneath our knee and place our right hand outside our right leg. Okay, just make sure that you're really hooked on your shoulder and your left hand is also placed on the floor. And then you come up, you can also place your foot here, and then your left foot through your hands and then into chaturanga. And then upward facing dog. And then into your downward facing dog. Okay, take a deep breath here. One more breath. Inhale. Heels up. Exhale. Bend your knees to prepare. Inhale, jump or step forward, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Now, with your inhale coming up, and our exhale, Samasthiti. So now we're going to do some balances. Okay, we start on the right with our inhale. We raise our right leg, grab it with both hands or with one hand, and then we open it up to the right. So you can also raise your arm to balance if you like to, to have a bit more stability, and then close it again to the middle. Now we reverse, so we take our left hand, put it on our right knee, and we open up to the right. Open up as wide as you can. You can also try to look at your right hand, and then we come back to the middle again. So now we're going to come into our tree position. So you place your right leg, your right foot on your left thigh. If you like to, you can also place it further down, whatever you prefer. So you can place it here, and then you put your arms up. You can also try to look up, and then you either stay here in tree pose, or you come into the figure four. So you can place your right foot like this on your on the front of your left leg, or you come to the half lotus, so you place it a bit further up towards your hip, and then either stay here or you come down with your hands on the mat, and then you can go a bit further back with your left foot, and then you place your right knee on your right arm and your left foot on your left arm, and then you can come up here and just be on your right leg with your right leg. Look forward with your head, and then come back up again, slowly and controlled. And then from here, take your right leg up again. Also, when you were in the tree position before, come up again with your leg, with your right leg. And then slowly you come with your right knee on the side of your left knee and come back. You grab with your right hand, your right foot from the inside, and you come into the Lord of the Dance. So you widen your right leg, try to straighten it. Shouldn't be straight, but you know, the movement is like you're trying to straighten it. And then you can balance out with your left arm to the front. And then from here, we're coming into our, slowly in control, into a warrior three. So we let go of our back foot and we try to come into a right angle with our upper body and our left leg. Or you can either place your hands on the floor for a half moon. And then from here, we're going to jump back with our left leg to the end of our mat. Trying to do a chaturanga here, a three-legged chaturanga, okay? So on your exhale, you step back and you come into your three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, down dog. Okay, great. Now from here, inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees to prepare. And on your inhale, jump or step to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold forward, and inhale, come up. Exhale, Samasthiti. So now same thing on the left. With your inhale, you raise your left knee, and then with your exhale, you open it up. Inhale, you come back, and then on the exhale, we reverse, so we open up to the left. Take a deep breath here. And then with your next breath, come to the front and then come to the tree position. Or, so tree position, you come up with your hands. And then again, either stay here or you choose. Either you come into the figure four. You can stay here like this, or you can place your foot as a half lotus and then lower down. Place your hands on the mat. Again, jump a bit back and then come with your left knee on your right and left arm, left foot, right arm, and then you can come up here, look forward. Then come back up. And then if you were in the tree pose or in this pose, you come with your knee to the front. And then you come back again into your Lord of the Dance. So you bring your left knee back. Grab the inner side of your foot and then come slowly back. Try to focus a point that makes it easier for your balance. And then slowly from here, coming into warrior three. Or into half moon, whatever you prefer. And then again, jumping back into our chaturanga with our right leg. On our exhale. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to get to the top of our mat. And we're going to a high plank, so we're coming to the front and we're going to try to cross our legs and come forward and sit between our hands. So slowly walk your feet through and then sit between your hands. Dandasana. Okay, now you come forward, you grab either your toes or your feet. Come forward and then stretch and breathe. In, lengthen, out, fold forward. Now we're going to counter this move. So we place our hands behind us, and then you have two options. Coming a bit back on the mat here. Two options. So you can either place your feet on the mat and then be straight, or you can come, in this tabletop. So like this. Either way is fine. And then slowly come down again. And now take your right foot, place it on the inside here. And then either stay here or come into either your figure four, place your right foot on your left leg, or you do the half lotus. And then you can turn with your right hand, grab your left foot, and either stay here or fold forward. Stay here for one more breath. And then from here, come up. You can rock your leg like a baby from left to right. Rock it to each side. And then you can place, like an elephant trunk again, you can place your right leg on your right shoulder, place your right hand on the floor next to your right leg, and then straighten your right leg and look through your armpit. And take a deep breath here. Then slowly coming down, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So you take your left leg, again, place it on your inner thigh, or either you stay here, or you come into the figure four, or into the half lotus. Again, turn around with your left hand grabbing your left foot, reversing, or coming to the front. Take a deep breath here again. And then from here, you can rock your left leg as well, from left to right. Rock it. And then again, placing your left leg on your left shoulder, grabbing it with your right hand, your left foot with your right hand, placing your left hand on the floor and straightening your left leg and looking towards your armpit. Take a deep breath here. And then slowly lowering it here. Let's do one vinyasa. Again, placing our hands on the floor and trying to come with our legs crossed and jumping back into our chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Now, coming back through again. Again, come to high plank, coming through, and then from here, we come into our boat position. So you can either come with your in the half boat, straight legs or low boat, and then stay here for 3 breaths. And then from here, working up and coming through to your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, from here, we're going to jump to the front of our mat and we're going to jump into a squat position, okay? So we land with our feet outside of our hands. So prepare to jump, and then you jump to the front and land in the Malasana, the squat position. We come closer with our legs, and then we move 90 degrees to one side. So I'm going to move to the left here so you can see me better. Okay, so we move here and then put our hands in a prayer position, and then we twist. So I twist to the right, and then I place my hands on the floor, and then come into the side crow. So place your hands shoulder width apart, and then place your right leg, so your right butt on your right arm, and your right knee on your left arm. And then you come up, and you look forward. And then from here, you come to your chaturanga on your exhale, on your inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing on the left side. So again, on your inhale, jump to the front into your squat pose. I'm turning here again so you can see me again, and then turning to the left, reversing. Try to keep your legs parallel, and then placing your hands on the floor again, coming up with your left butt on your left arm and your left knee on your right arm, and then coming up here. You can also extend your right leg and take 3 breaths here. Look to the front. And then coming again to your chaturanga on your exhale. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, great. We do one more crow before we go into our back bends. So again, we're gonna jump to the front of our mat. So inhale, and on your inhale to the front. And then we're gonna place our hands shoulder width apart. Place your knees above your elbows. And then on your inhale, you come up, you look to the front, and hold for 3 breaths. And then again, on your exhale, through your chaturanga, inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Okay, so from here, we're gonna come into our back bends. So we come into the high plank position, and then on our exhale, slowly lowering down to the floor. And then from here, you can still see me? Yeah. From here, put your arms forward, raise your legs, raise your arms. Make sure that your spine is a straight line. And then from here, grab your feet, and then push your legs back. Take a deep breath here. And then from here, straighten your legs and place your arms on the floor. Then we want to turn around, come up here. So come into your child's pose, and then from here, I'm going to turn to the top of my mat so you can see better again. So from here, we're going to be on our chins, on our lower legs. And then we're going to come into the camel pose. So we're going to come slowly with our hands. So first you can start on the hips, and then you can bend your back this way, placing your arms, your elbows parallel and your hands on your hips. Or you can go into the camel, so you can place your hands on your feet and bending your back this way. Either way, take deep breaths. And then either you can stay there, or you can go into the wheel or the tabletop. So place your feet close to your butt, your hands on the floor, looking to the top of your mat, and then you raise up and come up. And take a deep breath here. Okay, great. Coming down slowly again, very slowly. And then from here, you can rock a couple of times, front and back, and then come up. And then from here, we're going to do some hip openings. We started with some pigeons, so we're gonna close with some hip pigeons. So let's skip the vinyasa here. And let's do pigeon on the right. So straighten your left leg and your front leg parallel to the top of your mat. Either stay here or you come down. Just make sure that your back is not too round. And then you can stay here, or you can fold forward, whatever you prefer. Stay a little bit, take some breaths. You can also rest your forehead on your hands. And then slowly coming up. Just make sure that you don't do too quick movements. And coming straight into our left side. Okay, so straightening our right leg. Our left leg is parallel, so the lower leg is parallel to the top of our mat, and then we're coming down. Just as far as you can, slowly coming down, opening your hips, placing your forehead, if you like, on your hands or on your mat. And then again here, coming up slowly. Place your feet. I'm going to turn so you can see. Place your feet against each other. Open your legs. Push them down. Grab your feet. And stay here. Take a deep breath. You can also fold a bit forward if you like to. Okay, great. Now, we're going to come into our shoulder stance, into back on our mat, and then we're going to lay down. And from here, make sure, it's very important that you don't put any pressure on your neck, okay? The whole time should feel like you could nod your head to the top, to the side, so we don't want to have any neck injuries here. Okay, so you place place your feet here, and then you raise them up and bring them to behind your head. And then once you place your legs there, you can interlace your fingers and rock your shoulders towards each other. This way you can make sure that your weight is on your shoulders, okay? And then do the check. See if you can knock. And then from here, so straighten your arms. And then from here, slowly, either you stay there or slowly raise your legs up. Raise them up and up. And take a deep breath here. Great. Then go down again. And then you can place your hands on your lower back to come back controlled, in a controlled way. And then come down. Okay, from here, we're going to come into our headstand pose. So, rock forwards and backwards. And then we're going to come here and stay in our headstand for 10 breaths. Okay, so come up, push it up. And stay for 10. And then slowly lowering it down. And then coming to child's pose, resting a little bit. From here, raising up. And then I'm going to turn around so you can see me. We're going to come into our lotus. So prepare your lotus. And then we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Take deep breaths here, because we're going to raise our lotus for a moment there. Okay, place your hands on the outside of your legs, and then we're going to raise our lotus for a couple of seconds. And then lowering it down. Very good. And then from here, you made it. Open your lotus slowly and come into your shavasana. You can take a blanket if you want to feel warm, and just spread out and leave all the tension behind. Just lay down the way it feels comfortable for you now. And stay here for a bit. Go through our body, letting go of the tension in our forehead, our eyes, our chin. Letting go of the jaw, tension in the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders. Going through your arms, the biceps, the triceps, the lower arms, your hands, your fingers,
And then through your upper body, your breast, your organs, belly, through your hips, and then through your legs, inner thighs, outer thighs, through your knees, your lower legs, your heels, your feet, your toes, your whole body. Just let go and breathe naturally. Don't force your breath here. And when you're ready, you deepen your breath a little bit. Wiggle your fingers, your wrists, your toes, your feet. And then, in your own pace, whenever you're ready, you can pick a side, turn to one side, either to come up slowly, and then place your palms on each other, your thumbs on your heart. Be thankful that you took the time for the practice. Without any judgment of how it went. And taking this energy to go forward. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.